Okay guys, so we're gonna need sawdust spawn, so I'm gonna put it here. I already have it, have some micropore tape on top which do have a hole, and we have here approximately 475 grams of sawdust. So this is 480 and this is, let's see, 479. So our mixture is just the same as I do make fruiting bags. So 950 grams of sawdust, 240 grams of rice bran, and now we're adding actually lime. So I'm gonna add 1% of the total dry weight. So that's gonna be approximately 12 grams of agricultural lime. So let me just get those materials. So I have here the sawdust. So I've already poured the half of the sawdust because I need this to put my rice bran. Hey, this is the agricultural line. Let me just get my rice bran. So most of the materials except from the sawdust are actually bought online. That's too much. There, that's good enough. That's our rice bran. So let's get our 12 grams of agricultural lime. Only that much, so I'll be able to use this many times. So I'm just gonna mix it up, and just to let you see, I do mix it with this one. So yeah, that's the first layer of sawdust. So we're gonna put half a layer for should be half, but that's fine. And probably I'm gonna add the lime already. Just spreading it out. Oh, we're gonna mix it afterwards anyway, but I would like it to be spread out. And get that next layer up. And also the plastic that I have here, this PP bag, can be used to actually be a container for fruiting bags. So I'm not throwing it out, I'm actually using it as well. Or sometimes I do store the sifted sawdust on this container as well. Okay, so we're gonna put the last layer of rice bran. You probably saw me doing this on making some substrate, but right now what we're gonna do is to put it on a little container. I think this is probably too much, but yeah, let's see. I did forget how many or the right proportions for 15 bottles of this. So I'm just gonna use how I make 3 fruiting bags. So let's see. Let me just get some water. 660 ml of water is what we're gonna add here. Okay, so I have here 660 ml of water. So just gonna put it there. I'm gonna put it all. Then I'm just gonna mix it by hand. Yes, by hand. So let's just mix it. So this might take a while, probably 5 minutes or more. And yeah, that's probably around, the water content is 55% of the dry weight. I'm not including the lime, the agricultural lime. So, I already have fruiting bags that has lime, and it actually works fine. I'll be having a video on that as an update, and hopefully you're gonna watch it as well. So what I do is just get what's below, put it on top. Yeah, that's how I mix it. It's up to you. If you do have a better way, then that's good. But I'm used to doing this kind of mixtures. But you don't have to do it rigorously, because there are still sawdust here in rice bran that might irritate your nose, or you can use face mask or any mask to protect you from those kind of dust. And probably you're gonna think this is the location where I do some inoculation. Yeah, that you're right. So that might also contribute to the possibility of contamination, but I don't have a choice. I do have a limited space. So I just have to live with it. I'm using my steel air box for inoculating now, and probably I'm gonna use that. But for fruiting bags, I'm not using steel air box. I'm inoculating it in open air because fruiting bags is a bit big. It's not actually practical to put on a steel air box. So I just make sure that things are not too windy. I clean myself up, I clean the area, close windows, doors, and turn off the fan. Yep. And mostly fruiting bags, I don't have much of an issue. It's really just for the PDA. They are really too sensitive, and they would actually breed. If they get contaminated, they will get contaminated fast. Unlike on grains, sometimes mycelium will be able to prevent the competitor from growing. Yeah, something like that. I think that's what's happening. But we have to do what we have to do. I cannot afford to buy equipment that is high-end. Don't have budget on that. Not yet. I do want that. almost done. Probably another 3 minutes. I'm just kept on mixing them, just to make sure that they are evenly mixed. Always make sure that on the corners, usually those are the dry parts, so better get them and let them go to the surface for them to be evenly mixed with our mixture, especially with our mixture. This is also an exercise because it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard, but it's fun, especially if you're just gonna grow your mushrooms at home. I mean, on small scale, just for own consumption. This is a cool activity. Gonna kill your time. So I guess this is good enough. See? If you do compare it from the color of it a while ago, so you do see, you would see that it is kind of moist, and it is because I'm actually touching it and it's moist. So again, for the test, so since we don't have any equipment to see the moisture content, what I usually do is just get a good lump of mixture and squeeze it really tight, then open it up. It should actually form like this, and it can easily be crumbled. Usually if you squeeze it, then when you release it and it crumbles all of a sudden, it means it's too dry. So you may adjust your water content, or you might not evenly mix it well, because the 55% of the dry weight for me really works well. Well, I did try 60% before, but I think it's a bit too wet. But it's up to you. You have to experience it yourself. There, see? That's good. So let me just put them on our container, and hopefully this does fit the 15 jars that we have. So let me just weigh first. About that. Let me just put things that's not needed aside. So let's just prepare our jars. I need to use my other hand here. So let's see what's the weight per jar. Approximately 141 grams. So I'm thinking that we'll be able to put 80 grams per jar. Let me just remove the lid first. And what I would like to do is to just fill it in up to this curve here. It would be better to just really squeeze it tight, because I think I do have too many substrate today. Let's see. And what I'm actually planning to do is to just inoculate this with it's either green, generation 1 green, or my PDAs, because I do have a lot of them recently. And as for the incubation, Based on my previous production or previous made sawdust spawns, after a month, usually on the average, they're gonna fruit, but that doesn't mean you cannot use it as spawn. What I usually do when they fruit is I just remove the top portion and inoculate them. You probably saw, I believe I do have a video on that. Let me just take my brush. Well, you don't have to do this, but I do want to clean out this side of the lid so that there's no spawn or sawdust there. But it's not necessary, I just want to do it. So here we do have a finished one here. So just at this point, let's see the weight of this one. So 141 to 219. That's probably around 80. Not 80, but around 80. You solve it. I'm not good at that. Anyway, so what I usually do if I'm gonna create my own bags, you do know that my bags are limited to around 600 grams. So what I do is I put a whole bottle of sawdust spawn on my fruiting bags, and yeah, it's gonna colonize pretty quick, probably around 10 days. Well, I do have some results, but I'm still exploring it. But that's what I saw. It's really good, and it's really cheap because you're just using. It's like a mini fruiting bag, and you're just gonna put it in a bigger bag. But for the bags that pasteurized bags that I'm actually buying from a certain grower, I cannot put all of them on that bag because it's quite full already. It's really have a lot of substrate already. So usually one bottle of this can inoculate around 8 up to 10 fruiting bags. The circular one, let me just show you. Here. So this is inoculated with sawdust spawn. I only put them on top the sawdust spawn, and probably now it still have a faint or very light colonization, but the mycelium is already around here. So this bag was inoculated September 10, and today is September 21. So it's already here, and it's gonna colonize soon, probably around give it another 10 days. So this is another example. So a different variety of white. The other one is white with an angel variety. This is a Florida variety. So the mycelium is around here, and as you can see on this portion, it's actually wider, so it's able to possibly penetrate deeper on the substrate. But the mycelium network, what I see here is up to this point. So it was also inoculated September 10. Okay, let me just put more here. So I guess that's it. That's how doing sawdust spawn. and I'm gonna do it as long as there's no issues. And yeah, hopefully that's it. So let me just finish this up. You can watch if you want to, but probably I'm gonna speed it up on the video so it won't waste much of your time. And what I want you to do is to do it as well. Do it as well. Well, I just want to tell, I'm doing this because it's a cheaper option. That's a fact. And at the same time, I think it's gonna have a lesser contamination. Because based on the my inoculations using grains, if there are part of the grain that was not fully colonized by mycelium, that's the one of the reason I'm getting some contamination. Which I do have a severe contamination issues last inoculation of probably 100 bags as well. And I did try to grow them, but they're just too much for me to actually consume. But yeah, I do sell from time to time. But since I'm not really going out due to the current situation, I have to think of a way for me to still sell, but I really can't grow too much. I'm just growing for me to what you call this, for me to have my cultures, and also for personal consumption only. But I'm selling fruit in bags for those who are actually interested on growing them. Yeah, I can teach you how to take care of them, and I do have a lot of videos taking care of them. And a different situation, whatever happens, we do have a lot of series of that on that, and hopefully you did watch this. And we do have a lot of improvement if I do compare it from the first series that I have when I am actually starting a year ago. So that's a good sign. It doesn't need to be perfect, but there are improvement. That's what really matters. Well, for me, that really matters. You have to improve on things that you're doing, so that if you look back, you know that you've learned a lot, and that's it, and that's fun. Okay, so I'm not gonna talk so that it won't waste more of your time. I'm just gonna speed up the video afterwards. Okay, just see me rolling. Sorry. Okay, I'm just eating it right now because I was bended over a while ago. I'm just bending, so now I'm sitting. It's better. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. And anyway, if you do have questions relating to mushrooms that you think I know, or you do have some questions on the videos that I have, it's always free to ask questions on the comment box below, and I'm gonna answer it as much as I can. And regarding questions, sometimes if I don't know the question, I do research on the possible answers to that questions. So I learned as well as you ask questions. So it's a good thing, I think. Yeah, because it helps me improve what I do, and just don't let me buy expensive things because I don't have budget. Unless you're gonna sponsor me on that, that's good. So I'm gonna focus on doing sawdust spawn, inoculating them with sawdust spawn, and selling fruiting bags. Probably some materials as well, but it's hard to look for materials right now, especially the gulaman bars or the agar bars. I'm having a hard time looking for them. I mean supplier. So I do keep some stocks of agar bar for myself because I need those. Still need those. Okay, so what you saw a while ago when I'm actually wiping out the bottom of the lid, sometimes there are some residues or things that might actually contaminate even though we are gonna sterilize this. So yeah, it's on mushroom farming or mushroom cultivation. There's, if you can be cleaner than clean, then that's good. You cannot always be too clean. Yeah, if you think it's clean, clean it more. So that way you're gonna have a better result on your process. And that's what I think. That's why investing on equipment is good, but if you don't have any budget, then do the things that you can, that is on your budget. Use all my equipments, most of them are not that costly. Probably if you want to grow your mushroom at home, all you need is a pressure cooker and materials.